No justice. So we bought our piece. Get him in here. You don't want to miss it.
And the ancestors are looking out for us. God Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the Pope chair under. Scroll down, look at the Pope chair under.
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Flown letter. Peace be
Young
unto you.
TV.
Hit that like.
Hey, no justice. So we bought our piece. You know what I'm saying? Free Dr. Malachi Z York. Tomorrow is the master's teacher's birthday. We already been working on this tape for a whole week. It's really like two more parts to this. That tape there is an hour and 10 minutes long, and I got about another 30 minutes I'm gonna put together. I'm probably try to get that out and put it out before that tape come out, because it's gonna really be dealing with the sovereignty, and it's quite interesting. So what I did is with the Dr. Malachi Z York tape coming out tomorrow, what I did is I went to newwapianfact.com and I copied the whole everything, like the whole thing. Went to click, I clicked on read more, where it said read more. I clicked on that, copied it, got it all in one big old file. And then I gave it to AI, and then I said, tell us how to get Malachi to jail. And so AI gave all of its analogies on all of the violations and everything that it saw that happened in Malachi's case. And I listened to it 2 or 3 times, and it's a couple things that's interesting that just make it not fair and make you want to throw up. Is the part where they hid parts of the transcripts. And those particular parts is the parts that can get them, some parts that can get Malachi out, like the part where Ward, the FBI agent, Janice, I think that's her name. Ward, AI gonna say her name, but she testified on the stand that they had no evidence against Malachi in this case. And that particular statement had to be sealed in the documents. Another statement is a lot of the inflammatory statements made by the judge Ashley A. Royals, where he was pretty much practicing law from the bench and assisting the prosecutor. Pretty much, he was the prosecutor in Doc's case too, as well. Ashley A. Royal, the AI pretty much fingered him as the main guy to pretty much pin to the top of the list. It really gave us, AI really gave us 3 guys It said because in alchemy, because we're talking about alchemical warfare here. So in alchemy, and shout out Mark Brady, man, because Mark Brady is my like my first alchemical teacher. So shout out Mark Brady, Atun Ray. You know what I'm saying? So in alchemy, in this three-dimensional world, all alchemical situations is based on the format of three. So AI gave us three components, three guys. The main three guys that AI pointed out in Dr. Malachi Z York's case was number one, Judge Ashley A. Royals, number two, Jacob York, and then number three, Sheriff Seals. That's the three guys that the AI pointed out. Hey, man, I'm telling you, AI is, and then look, when I gave AI the stuff, it went like while it was doing the research on it, it was going to websites that I didn't even never seen. I went and looked up the websites, try to find them. I couldn't even find them. I'm like, hey, how AI got finding all these websites where all this other stuff is? It was finding websites about Jacob. Wait till you hear the storyline that he gave out on Jacob and why he did what he did. Right? You kind of gonna see why Jacob did what he did. AI gonna tell you exactly, man. You're gonna feel it when AI tell you exactly why Jacob did what he did. You're gonna feel it, especially with the thing with his mother. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that led up to the thing with his mother, then the thing with Doc turning him down on the little Kim thing, and then with him getting caught with the checks, and then it's like at that point, he'd already vowed to pay Doc back for what happened to his mother. You know what I'm saying? That was the mother thing was really what really turned Jacob to himself, turned him to the supplanter. You know what I'm saying? Returned him into himself. But it's a lot of violations that happen in the court case, and that's why if you gotta, let's think about this. For all you people that be coming on my page, making comments on Dr. York tapes and getting blocked. Ask yourself this: if a man is guilty of what they saying, why do you gotta rig him? Why you gotta rig him? Why you just can't take him straight to court and put him straight in? Everybody gonna see. I'll put the evidence right there. Everybody see it. Why you gotta rig the man? Why you gotta put break federal laws? Because look, Judge Ashley A. Royals held the court. And keep in mind, all this is dealing around alchemical warfare. Now they held a court case on Martin Luther King's birthday. Think about that. And then that's a federal holiday. That means that everybody's off. The people that keep the records, court records, they off. Everybody off. So who was keeping records on the day when Malachi was going to trial? See, that's how you know something rigged right there. They ain't got nobody to keep record of what was going down. It was like he was brought in there and they just pretty much went through the roles. And some of the AI said, look, this is what AI said. AI said some of the transcripts sealed and some of them missing. So I'm like, damn, some of them missing. What's the ones that's missing? I wonder if the parts that's missing is the parts where Judge Ashley A. Royals, when they said you can't do that, he said yes I can, because he was practicing law from the bench, assisting the prosecutor, and they said you can't do that. He said yes I can. This is my court. I do what I want. And we can get that get that part of the transcript. That puts a nail in Judge Ashley A. Royals' coffin. But AI is talking about the sorry, but I'm gonna let y'all hear all that, and then I'm gonna do an overview on the tape tomorrow. I want to go in on a doc tape to after y'all listen to all the stuff that AI says. It's like an hour and 12 minutes long. Right? I listened to it like 2 or 3 times. And then I went over and pretty much studied the website, newwapiafact.com. And it's another website called freedrmalachizyyork.com, but some kind of way, I guess some hackers or somebody got to that, and you can't go to it. It won't let you click to it. But I got all the links in the descriptions on the tape, on Dr. York tape. So it's gonna be coming out tomorrow. And we do this. I do this on Doc's birthday every year. Why? And really, I need to keep it going because this is a good time to keep Doc name going when we got Donald Trump in the good mood of pardoning people. You know what I'm saying? Because Doc, if he could pardon anybody, Dr. York need to be number one on the list. You know what I'm saying? Larry Hoover was cool. Larry Hoover was cool. He's a victim just like Dr. York. But Dr. York ain't did nothing but trying to tell his people the truth. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that. But so either we're gonna have to get Ashley A. Royals, he got to be fanged and brought down for criminal breaking constitutional rights, because he's supposed to uphold all Doc. He broke Doc's First Amendment right. The AI tell you all the rights that he broke in the court. He did the brandy violation, the fruits of a poisonous tree. They blocked all of anything that Malachi had to prove his innocence, that he got blocked. It's pretty much kangaroo court. And we got a whole playlist called the Free Malachi Z York playlist, and it's got all the tapes in that playlist about Doc's case, and it's even got like about 10 tapes in there where Doc explaining exactly what happened to him word for word, out of his own mouth, right? So it's like that part. We've been waiting long enough. So Larry Hoover got out, you know what I'm saying? The gangster disciples got their chief out. So we could be signing pardons, whatever we got at this point to get Dr. Malachi Z York name. Everybody need to be hashtagging every single morning. You get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. We'll really do it at 12 o'clock noon for y'all noon. At 12 o'clock noon, hashtag on all your websites and your pages, Free Malachi Z York. Yeah. Because we need the alchemy. We need alchemists. Because we fighting against alchemists. The killer clowns are alchemists. That's who got Doc. The killer clowns. And killer clowns is just what it sounds like. I'm telling you, man. Those who rock our crowns like they know about the mounds, but they're a whole bunch of clowns. I'm telling you, man. Go to the parade, you'll see them riding around in their little car, and they the ones that's really messing with the kids, and that's why they use that. That's their favorite move to put on anybody they want to take down. And the main, like AI said, the main goal was to make sure to get him the worst, bad, taint his name to the worst extent screen, because they got to get rid of his information. They can't let it. If they get rid of his character, they can destroy the information. That's what they hoped. To get rid of Doc's character, they would destroy the information. But they didn't count on people like it's a whole. They didn't count on his children, all of his students, to keep it going. And you can't come out to us with the same move, because it's too many. It's too many people to try to pull that same move on. You know what I'm saying? If they did with Doc. So it's like this. Yeah, we need to keep Doc name real hot right now in the media, whatever, so we can get his name, so somebody can be saying something. I know Faye's been doing his thing. He jumping on his Instagram. It's other people that love Malachi that still been putting it down, but this is a time where we need to put it down like never before. We need to, like, if you're a Free Malachi advocate, you need to be pumping it like it's ain't going no tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? At this point, you need to be sharing Free Malachi, sharing his pictures, everything. And tomorrow, like I say, is the master teacher's birthday. Right? This ain't no nothing but we getting a man that's 80 years old. Listen, Trump, a man that's 80 years old in a wheelchair. How is he gonna do anything, commit any kind of crime, and let alone he didn't even commit a crime? You know what I'm saying? And like AI said, and because AI gave that analogies, because we got one coming out called "Why Trump Should Pardon Malachi." He's 80 years old. He's innocent. His court case was rigged. We already got all the stuff laced out. We got all the recantation statements. Why would you seal a man's court case? And then they the reason why they, and for everybody to say, oh no, they sealed it because it was minors. No, it wasn't no minors that testified. It was 7 people. All of them was over age. Nobody was a minor in the case. We got the whole. I got the whole witness list and the whole FBI list. It was 7 people. They had like 200, a crazy number at first. Then they ended up with 7 people, and all of them recanted. And some of them even got on the stand. Half of the people that they had got on the stand and say, "Nah, y'all trying to get me to do this. I don't want to do it." And so they said, "It's like this. It's this type of games they play." Somebody they rehearsed to get on stand and say, "Just say Doc Malachi touched you." They get on the stand. They say they renege. Say, "Oh no, I don't want to do it because this ain't right." Because Doc they put the alchemy down before he went in court, so they feel the energy in there, right? So they feel even Tariq Noel's the same thing in court. And you notice you ain't heard nothing from him pumping that same stuff no more after we put them tapes out. Because I don't know why he kept promoting it after he go like that was crazy. I think he was promoting it to get paid, and some people was putting him up to it. But that was real dangerous and stupid what you was doing, Tariq. Because there's some real answers out there that really, I'm telling you, man, it's some real answers out there that was just waiting to catch you on slipping. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Because you playing. And you know what was going on. You all on Sonetta playing around. And Doc been in there 23 years. You still playing. And you ain't got to keep it up now. I mean, what y'all scared when Doc get out? He gonna say gonna finger y'all. So we fighting against alchemists. And that's why I'm telling you what I'm telling you about sharing, putting Malachi's name, lifting it up, getting them pictures out there, sharing this everything he got, all his work, his books, speaking about him on everything you got. If you down with us. Because what we need to do is we need to have his name in the mix. So because I'm gonna tell you, I swear to God, man, I typed in Dr. Malachi Z York, right? And then I scrolled all the way down to the bottom. Then I saw Trump at the bottom, and it said Trump's in the pardon move at the bottom, man, way at the bottom. Like I scroll up, type this Dr. Malachi. I was just looking for pictures to do the tape that I did today, the tape that I finished today, right, this morning. For Doc that's coming out tomorrow. And when I scroll all the way down to the bottom, I saw Trump at the bottom, and it said Trump is in a pardon move. I swear to God, I should have screenshotted it or something. It had to be some kind of alchemy right there, locked in. So I bet you don't fool yourself. Trump know who Dr. Malachi Z York is. Don't fool yourself. They know who everybody who in Florence, Colorado facility is, especially Nubians who were a threat like Doc. And based on what if you listen to what the AI gonna tell you, the AI pretty much said they came out there because the way Georgia and the Confederates and because he started claiming sovereignty, they got afraid that if what Malachi did and all of these the people that's calling themselves black in Georgia decide to say, hold on, man, we ain't black. We Muskogee, we Creek, we Yamasee. The whole land of Georgia is gone. The whole land is gonna be turned over. So they couldn't have that. And so the killer clowns, and it's also deeper than that too. Man, I know one thing though. I know Doc wishing that he never would have went to get down with them to see what they was up to. Doc went to the Killer Clowns meetings to see what they was up to, and then once he saw what they was up to, right, and they was really up to what they was up to was messing with the kids. The Disney. That's why Doc wanted to, because Doc saw what they was doing at Disney World. and how they was kidnapping the kids. So he wanted to set up his own Disney World so where the kids ain't got to go to that Disney World no more. He was even taking the children down to Disney World. You can ask some of the people that was on the land. A lot of the children, especially his children, they now went to Walt Disney World. But Doc saw what they was doing, and he wanted to bring that and create his own thing, so the Nubians ain't got to keep going down there and getting their children kidnapped at Walt Disney. And look, it's a tape, man. I swear, it's a tape that I was gonna put out. That I had found a book about Walt Disney and how Walt Disney was a killer clown, and how Walt Disney was CIA, and how his father was CIA, and how the CIA took over Walt Disney and was using the cartoons for mind control, right? And I had did a whole tape on it, right? I loaded the tape up, man. They wouldn't let the tape. They wouldn't let me put the tape out. They said this whole tape is they flagged the tape and said I couldn't put it out, right? So I had put it on my hard drive. I had a hard drive, right? And then the next day I tried to load the tape up. I was gonna load it up on another website, and my whole hard drive shut down. A tape about Walt Disney, man. So whatever going on at Walt Disney, it gotta be they real protective over there about something going on at Walt Disney. And I heard that from some people that it's underground that before. Oh yeah, that's I remember some of the stuff that's in this book, right? In this book, it said that before Walt Disney purchased the land down in Florida, in Orlando, I think it is, the CIA came and stopped the project and said that we got to do a project, a couple week project here. And their project was they building an underground facility right under Walt Disney before he built his whole city on top, 48 square miles or something like that, on top of the CIA facility, right? Yeah, all this is in that book. And I forget the name of the book, man. It really wasn't a book. It really was a pamphlet. It really was a pamphlet that some whistleblower put out. A whistleblower put the pamphlet out, and I just so happened to be scrolling and just come across it. Or somebody emailed it to me with some kind of way I got it. But I can't even find none of the information no more. But Walt Disney is more than what we thinking, man. Even with the certain type of frequency they use, some of the screams that they use in the cartoons be real people screaming that they torture, and they record the screams, and then they cut the scream effect out of the torture video, and then add a real torture scream effect to the cartoon. And you thinking that it's the cartoon screaming. No, that's somebody really getting tortured added to the cartoon in the effects in the soundtrack. I'm telling you, man. This how these people they talk about all that in this tape. I'm telling you, man, that's who these people are. And the killer clowns, they the ones that run all the circuses and the fairs, Six Flags right there, 666. You already know. They got one in Atlanta, one in Texas. I think Texas is where a couple of them. You got one in San Antonio, Dallas, it's Arlington, and Houston. Where you go to these parks, kids go there and come up missing. So you gotta be, when you go down, you got with your kids, you gotta be right and standing over watching your kids like it ain't nothing nowadays. But from some point of view, we thinking these guys got ran off. A lot of these guys got ran off. The guys that was involved with it, especially once Trump pretty much got completely in. And so, like I said, we fighting guys who are alchemists. If you go look at the prison that Doc in, it's 3 pyramids, like the prison pyramids in Giza Plateau, underground. Right? And we're gonna be dropping a lot of punchlines. And it may hurt your feelings, some of the punchlines. But like we said, at this point, if anybody's over here promoting Christianity, the Bible, or any of that to Native American Nubians in America, then they working for the colonizers, either unknowingly or knowingly. either unknowingly or knowingly. They working for the colonizers. So it's like this. Ignorance is no excuse to the great law. Ignorance is no excuse. So once you go to know, now you know. And you can't unknow something you already know. You come to know. So it's like that part. This is but like I say, that's what we're working on. We're working on fighting against some alchemists, and we need all of our alchemists out here to set up your alchemy for the free Dr. Malachi Z York. And the aim that we're trying to get with the alchemy is to just get Malachi's name out there, as far as getting his name noticed. That, hey, this is a guy that need to be, hey, somebody need to be worried about this guy getting out, or somebody need to be like something need to happen on this. And we really aiming for Trump to see it. And trust me, Trump know, because like I said, when I Googled Dr. York name and find pictures for that video, scroll all the way down to the bottom, it said had a picture of Trump, and then it says Trump is in a pardon mood. So that's just my cue of what we need to do. Just we need more people saying free Malachi Z York, an innocent man. And like I say, Judge Ashley A. Rawls is the #1 culprit, because he allowed all this, the kangaroo court, to go along. He was supposed to be the neutral guy in the whole situation, and he played on the side of the prosecutor. He did the Brandy violation, First Amendment right, 9th Amendment right. They didn't allow Doc to get a speedy trial. They kept on throwing his trial off, and then when they kept on they held him for 2 years, and then they transferred him from federal prison. They transferred him from prison to prison, and every time that his paperwork would go from they transfer your stuff separate from you. Then they check it, and you got to go through it. This federal prison. Make sure you ain't got no. Then they give it back to you, right? Well, it just so happened when Doc get to the other prison and he get his information or his case that he working on back, parts missing out of it. He can't even put his stuff together. Half of it missing. So if a man is so guilty, for all you suckers out there that be talking all that trash in the comments and saying, oh man, why would you listen to a man that did this or that? Man, if a man is so guilty, why would you have to rig him? Why you gotta do all this? Why you gotta throw his lawyer off, block his anything he got that can prove his? Why you gotta do all that? If a man's guilty, take him right to court, clean cut. Why you gotta close the court? Why you gotta hide transcripts of where y'all rigged the court? Ask yourself, why is Dr. Malachi Z York case sealed when there was no, and they can't let them lie and say it was minors, because there wasn't no minors. Everybody that they got, the 7 witnesses, were all over age, and we got their names anyway. So that all the people that testified that lied, we got their names anyway. So what's they blocking? What they sealing? The main thing that they sealing in that seal is the testimony of the FBI lady Jane Ward, where she said that, man, we really ain't got no evidence. She got on the stand and said that we really got no evidence against Dr. Malachi Z York in this case. And man, look, when she got off the stand, they made her retire. They made her retire when she got off the stand for not going along with the shit. Go look her up. And the main corporate is Richard. I'll think of his name. Richard. He got a French last name. He was a Maltese. See, they got the Maltese. They sent the high table. See, Doc pissed off the high table, so the high table sent the Maltese. The Maltese was the U.S. District Attorney, the black dude, the bald head dude, that he the one that cooked up the whole story. Once they gave him the theme that they was working for, he wrote the whole play out for everybody to say everything. The dude Richard. Yeah, the bald head dude. Richard Moultrie, that's his name. He was he's working, tell him, man, look, he wrote the whole, because look, they even say that, hey, we had to go to rehearsal. We had to go to rehearsal, and when we went to rehearsal, they said that dude Richard had them in there all night rehearsing their story. You know what I'm saying? Like they was better do a play or something. Hey, y'all better be up in here rehearsing this story, getting this y'all storyline down. And then the killing part about it is some of them people got up and then still messed it up. Still messed it. Richard was up there mad, like, we went over this all night on what to say. You want to say because they look, this dude's so creepy, some of the stuff that he wrote them to say was disgusting, so that he could creep the jury out. I tell you, man, this who these people are. This dude is a writer. He went and wrote all kind of storylines up that's so creepy and grossed out that some people couldn't even say them because it never happened to them, and they didn't even want to do it no more. Yeah, they reneged out. Some people got on the stand like Tariq Noels, and he got into his story, and then he want to say, no, I don't want to do it no more. And then the FBI intimidated him while he's on the stand. All this stuff they be trying to seal in the court. They seal it in the case files. This is alchemy. If you think it ain't, think again. It's a high level form of alchemy. As Malachi had his hands, they put Malachi's hands behind his back and tied him up and tied his feet together and taped his mouth shut and then ran court. Did court, pretty much. Kangaroo court at that. So at this point, no justice, so we brought our peace. You know what I'm saying? No justice, so we got power to bring our peace. You know what I'm saying? It used to be no justice, no peace. Now it's no justice, so bring your peace. You know what I'm saying? Bring your own damn peace. You hear me? So it's like that part, man. So shit really ain't funny, man. Like it really ain't funny. It really ain't funny though, because the people that the next guy after Judge Ashley Rawls that the AI fingered is Jacob York. Jacob York can come clean and blow the whole case. He set the whole thing up. He the one that gave the theme on, or we can create this storyline on, or he touched all of these people. He the one created the theme, and he created the theme. Like I say, I bet when he felt like Doc would help his mother, and he felt like, oh, Doc just gave him $200,000 to get supplies to build all these buildings, but he wouldn't help my mother, you know, and my mother was dying with cancer or whatever the case may be, and so he really took that to heart when he felt like Doc didn't help his mother. Man, that was the real. All right, I'm gonna see to it that you do something. You like you go away. You right. You something. I'm gonna see to it that you go down. And then when he got it was like he didn't never know how he was gonna get a chance to do it. But the devil, boy, ooh, that devil, boy, he know how to come and find them, don't he? So the devil knew that he had an opportunity with Jacob York, because Jacob York said, all I gotta need is the opportunity. And I'm gonna stop right there and tell you a story. All right, so my cousin got killed, right? And then I had found out who killed him, because I had did my own investigation, and the dude still was walking around, right? But I didn't know what it was, right? So I used to say all the time, and winding around in my car, looking at my gun, clutching it. And I used to say, man, if I ever see them dudes, that dude, I'm gonna take him out for what he did to my cousin, right? Right? So maybe like 2 or 3 months went by, and then the dude moved right downstairs from me. Check that out. The dude moved right downstairs from me. It's so bad that I even sat in the car with him a couple times with my gun on me, contemplating, just talking to him like he didn't even have a clue. And but a lot of things made me not do it. A lot of things made me not do it because there's a lot of things. I probably wouldn't be talking to you right now because there was a camera right there while we were sitting in the car at. Now that I think about it, but it's like this: the devil will give when the devil hear you say stuff like that, he gonna give you the opportunity to make good on that evil bid, to make good on that evil bid. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, if you don't ever speak out, you'll do something evil. This and that, because the demons hear that, and then they'll bring that situation to you. It's like that. So Jacob York, in his heart, and that's deeper than just saying it. In your heart, you feel like that. He felt like, I'm gonna get him back because of my mother. And not only that, he's having all these other people get money, right? He's letting this guy get money to open up a bookstore. I'm just really painting in my head based on the analogies AI gave me. I'm just really thinking in my head where Jacob York head was at when he was thinking. Like, but he won't give me $10,000 or whatever the money case may be for to promote my music label, right? But the only thing about it is Doc was an alchemist, and he knew that promoting Lil' Kim was go against the alchemy that he was doing. Right? He was doing Save the Children. That was the alchemy he was doing. So if Lil' Kim would come out, that'll be him funding his own demise. Handing Jacob the money for Lil' Kim would be him funding pretty much spinning his own wheels as far as the alchemy he was doing. Because Lil' Kim would have got bigger, and then boom, they say 10,000, 100,000 more little girls want to be like Lil' Kim, and now they want to be naked, and now they want to. I don't tell them they want to. They still want to be like Lil' Kim now, boy. And Lil' Kim don't even look like Lil' Kim no more. We don't even know if that's Lil' Kim or not. She look like a doll. She didn't got so much plastic surgery at this point. She don't even look like the real Lil' Kim no more. So, yeah, so being that Doc was a high power alchemist, he knew in places where Jacob knew not. Jacob probably wasn't even thinking on that level of alchemy. About, hey man, if I give you $100,000, you put this chick out, this chick gonna be hot. She gonna have on all the TVs off my money, and then this chick gonna be having all the women want to be naked when I got them dressed up in the Islam. I got them, full gone, and this and that. That goes against his whole setup. So that's why he turned Jacob down. That was his point, and he was firm on it. From what AI said, he was firm. Doc was firm on his decision on not funding it, right? And I don't blame him, based on the alchemy that he was doing. And so that hurt Jacob. He was like, all right, okay. But being who Jacob was, that he's like, oh, I'm gonna just do it myself, right? He that type of guy. So that didn't really get to him hard that Doc won't let him hold the money, but he did feel some type of way that he saw other people get money for bookstores and all the stuff going around. Oh, set up these clothing line, whatever was going on, and he couldn't get no money for a little kid, for his music label. And Junior Mafia and all them, right? And so speeding up to the mother thing is really what pushed him over the cliff to like, okay, if I ever get a chance to make this guy feel my pain when my mother died, I'm gonna make him feel it. And so Jacob York gets busted trying to shine for acting like he's doing it big, doing hot chicks, getting the right houses, which is over 100,000 is a federal offense. He was writing checks for over houses over 100,000. That's a federal offense. So eventually, to make a long story short, the feds caught up with him, and then once they found out, oh, Jacob York, Muhammad, and they already don't like you when you see your name Muhammad, you automatically considered as a black radical Muslim, right? That's what they see Muhammad, he black, oh, right, black radical Muslim automatically, right? That's how these guys are. That's who these guys are. The killer clowns. And then once they found out that he was, they probably didn't even think that Jacob at first that Jacob would work against him, but then Jacob said, "Man, it was the AI said, it was a logical decision because he saved his own ass, and he get to pay Doc back for not helping his mother. So it was like that was like the logical thing, but then it was like I'm doing my own family in type of thing too. So AI really breaks it down pretty cool on how it explains the situation with Jacob. But like I say, the reason why AI pointed Jacob out is because Jacob can blow the whole thing. All he had to do is come clean, and that ends the whole situation. And I don't think nobody, because Jacob York really is a victim of COINTELPRO. To be honest with you, Jacob York, everybody in this case, anybody that was from part of our family and got pulled into the FBI COINTELPRO were really victims. From Noel's family, everybody were really victims of the COINTELPRO operation. So really, like, you know, it's messed up that they did Doctor what they did, but they really victims as well. Even Jacob York. You know what I'm saying? When you start to really look at that, so that's why now I understand why Doc said when he first got in there, don't do nothing to Jacob. Because he knew Jacob suffered from the same type of, Jacob got off in his head a little bit too. And it runs in his family. So he really takes stuff to heart, harder than a lot of other people. He takes stuff to harder than when you do him wrong. He take it harder because of the type of disease that he got. So he really took to heart Doc's letting his mother die, and that's ultimately where, I'm gonna let you ride in prison. You a charlatan, which, hey man, better get careful what you say, Jacob, because you end up becoming a charlatan. Polo the Don said that Jacob York cheated him out of $10,000 on the beat, right? The Carucci chick sued Jacob York for like $1 million or something, 2 million or so. I don't know. So I'm pretty sure that that's why he was on. We got them clips where he eating the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and the bologna sandwiches. A couple weeks after that, he had to go from steak to bologna, man. Once that 2 million is a nice little piece of change. But we say it like this, Jacob. If you listening, Jacob, you a victim of COINTELPRO as well. And you looked up to Doc. You wanted to be like Doc. So when the things that transpired, that really you was hurt more than anybody. He was hurt more than anybody. You know, when you close to the sun, you bound to get burned. Right? When you close to the sun, you bound to get burned. And you're gonna burn more. If the closer you are, you burn more than anybody. Ray. Don't let this go over your head. And after that part, where we at, man? Like I say, we need all my high power alchemists to stand up and do your alchemist. Hashtag free Malachi Z York every day. Matter of fact, I forgot to put I'm gonna put it on this. I forgot to put it on this hashtag on this video. Free Malachi Z York. Because it's like this. It's not right. It's not fair. I know, yeah, the third corporate, the third person that said that can be a key pivot point and Doc getting out if we could some kind of way finger this guy. It was Sheriff Seals. Sheriff Seals was the last guy. It said that it's a lot of stuff that this guy did that if you could pinpoint those things and backtrack those things on Sheriff Seals, you would come up with he pretty much had a non-stop thing against us, our family, the New Wapians, the whole time they was in Georgia. Like going all the way back to with the building permits, and he just kept on everything. And then he really, you got to think about this too. It's another thing that played a key pivot point, and people might not look at this because they ain't no alchemists. But people from New York, they got a different attitude than the people from down south. The people from New York, they can have a snobby attitude, and they can talk fast, and they can feel that they don't got no. They ain't is like slave trained. They ain't as slave trained up north as they is down south. So when all of them New Yorkers came down south and they ran to these guys, the redneck guy like what his name is, Sheriff Seals, it was like a collide because he used to the slave. Yes, sir. We'll get on, sir. He used to that. He ain't used to New York type guys. They can tell you, get the heck on out of here. New York people, black people will tell you to get the heck out of here, right? When you come with your racist white supremacy guy, they tell you get on out here for it be something, right? So they came down there with that get on out of here, it be something. And like I said, Doc and them said that we even have to go with this dude because we sovereigns. We got our own land, we sovereign. We can do what we want to do, really. So Sarah Seals built up a hatred for Dr. York because he didn't like the attitude that he had, that he was a wealthy black man. And bear with me if my Moors in here say, he used the word black. Shout out my baby kids. But he was a wealthy, dark, Nubian man. He's printing his own money. He riding around in Rolls Royce. Doc had a Rolls Royce. And then he had a fleet of Cadillacs, right? A whole fleet of Cadillacs. So Doc ride around like the president, for real, because he was the president. You see what I'm telling you? All right, so down there, they ain't like that. He got his own share. Doc got his own security team, everything. Thousands of people come into the land to listen to him speak. Sheriff Seals didn't like. He built it up for his career motive to tear something like that down. A black dude can do that. And he made it before he retired, he made his number one thing to take Dr. Malachi Z York down before he retired. And he even had a noose, a voodoo doll of Dr. York on his desk with a noose around it. Man. So I tell you what these guys all about, and we're dealing with Georgia here, the only state that don't want to recognize Native American sovereignty. One of the only states. Well, it's a couple more, but Georgia is one of the last. It's like one of the ones that still it just ain't no. They don't want to go for it. And keep in mind that Georgia was the last colonies that set up of the 13 colonies in 1732. Right? King George now. And Georgia was the first Georgia was really the first penal colony where they started setting up prisons, these Moors. They started imprisoning people. Really, it was imprisoning the Caucasians that they brought from Europe and other places that they kicked out. But Dr. Malachi Z York is in jail for teaching the Nubians in America their birthrights, which is a threat to national security. Teaching birthrights is a threat to national security. Why you think they don't? I got 70-some thousand, almost 80,000 subscribers, but I only get 1,000 plays on the AI tapes about the birthrights and all that. About big, like I only get like even this all the stuff that I just put out. They shadow banned me. They shadow banned my whole page, my money, everything. They deter me. The Raw Haze tapes we put out, they keep them yellow lighted so I don't make no money off of them. And then once 3 days go down and the plays go all the way down, what they get, but 1 or 2, 3, 10 plays, then they monetize it. They really try to deter us. But you know what Tahuti said? I always hear Tahuti say, keep putting them out. Keep dropping them. And so we dropping tapes every day. Non-stop. We don't care if they don't let get no but 1,000 plays. We're going to put something out tomorrow. We already got something coming out tomorrow for Doc. Right? Tomorrow. So we're going to put something out the next day. And the next day. And the next day. Every day. You know what I'm saying? It's like that, man. And so, man, so I really don't know. We don't really know who to get in. Like I say, I ain't trying to get in touch with nobody because anybody we get in touch with, they some kind of way either work for the feds or either trying to find out where we live at so they can have us took out. So that we can't go that route no more. We got to use our alchemical power now. And then the people that's working on that end, that's actually talk to Doc and doing all that, they do their part. We do our part. Our part is to set up the alchemical net. The alchemical net is to get Dr. Malachi Z York name popping. Like it's all his name been, it's already popping. I don't mean like that. I mean like people they like it need to be in the. Like this guy is a guy that everybody to know that's in prison, that been in prison for 23 years and he's innocent. This is that type of thing, right? So that's what we aiming at with our alchemy. We doing alchemical warfare against the killer clowns, and you know how they get down. They want the kids. They coming after the kids. Listen to what I'm telling you. They the ones that got the circus, man. They the ones that ride around the little clown cars. They the ones that set up the Shriners Hospital where they holding the little kid outside in the front, man, with our crown on. Man, you better and then they spend $2 million a day to keep their hospitals running. Where they getting the money from? You ever ask yourself for that? I'll tell you where they getting the money from. They getting the money off the entrance off of the Federal Reserve. Off of they cut. Off of all the gold they robbed you for in 1933. Executive Order 6102. Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was a killer clown. Go and believe me. Go look it up. Pull up Franklin D. Roosevelt, Shriner. And you're going to see him talking to a Nubian sister hanging off the back of a car with an eye crown on like he know about the mounds. Like he know about the mounds. And Harriet Truman, he won. The guy who set up the killer COINTELPRO operations, because killer clowns set up the COINTELPRO operations. I already told y'all, I got a whole tape series for volume 1 through 4 called Exposing Killer Clowns Exposed. Right? So the killer clowns set up the COINTELPRO operations. The dudes is the Shriners. Now he's starting to put it together, right? And their job was what? To protect the North Gate. How do you protect the North Gate? Make sure the black, because they reclassified you as black. Make sure the Nubians in America don't ever realize that they're indigenous to America. Go get the George Washington challenge, pretty much. The George Washington challenge. Hey, make sure the Nubians in America never realize they're indigenous people to America. Keep them calling themselves blacks, coloreds, so a whole bunch of other stuff, Crips, Bloods, this or that. But there's a couple words they don't like you calling yourself. And I'm telling you, man, I don't care what nobody say. One of the number one words on that list is more. They don't like that word. They don't like you saying more. They don't like you saying, there's a whole bunch of other names too, but more is like the top three. I'm gonna tell you. And I know Rod said he don't like the word, it ain't really that significant over here. But the Killer Clown show think it is. I'm telling you, man. That word, when you say more, man, the Killer Clown, that why you think when Doc said Nuwapian, when he said, as long as he said Nuwapian, that was cool. They're like, oh, well, he just made something up or whatever. That's what they thought he did, right? But when he added the name more to the back of it, see that now, hold up now. Hold on, Malachi. In the transcripts that they sealed, and we heard parts of what they said, based on what Doc said, and they offered Doc to let him go. Look, they offered to let Doc go before the trial. All he had to do is go public and say that everything he taught was a fraud, especially about the birthrights and the moral science and the Native American stuff. All that was fraud. It was make believe. As long as he would have said all that, they would have said, oh well, because they really ain't had nothing on them anyway. So they was going to say, if you could have went out, they said if you would go out and say that the moral science and all that stuff is mambo jumbo and baloney and cupcake stuff, and just go back teaching Islam and religion, and we'll let you go on. If you go say all that, and Doc wouldn't do it, and so that's why they went on and said, all right, well you want to be hard headed, then we got something for you. Yep. And the devil was in the court. You can go look at the man. Look, I'm gonna tell you, if you a high power alchemist, you can see when they had Doc standing up and they said they was taking a plea deal after they tortured him. You can look at the faces in there and see it was all demons. You can look at the man. Look, I'm telling you, you can look in there and say, man, these were some real ones. These wasn't them. These wasn't no. These were some real from like the heavy duty ones. Like he sent his best guys. He sent his high level guys to be in the court when they had Doc standing right there. That it was some high level demons up in there. That wasn't no regular cupcake stuff you find. No, that wasn't even no school shooting demons. I don't know, demon they walk up in the church and spray a guy. These were some real oppressors. So look, a lot of people ain't familiar with the demon world. So, like I told you at Alchemy, check this out. Like I told you at Alchemy, everything based on 3, right? So it's 3 different types of demons. It's 3 different types. Then it's 3 different natures. Then there's many different species of demon. And demon can spin both ways. It can be whoever your adversary, or it can spin a lot of ways. But what I'm getting at is 3 different types of demons. Now the one type is a turner. That's the lowest type of demon, a turner. What a turner is a turner comes and he'll be your friend, he'll be your buddy. The Quran talk about these beings. The Quran mention these beings. He'll be your buddy, and while he with you, he saying that he down with you. And then when he going over with the white guys or his other guys, he say, oh, that he talking bad about you. But he buddy when he with you. See, the Quran mentioned those guys, right? That's the Quran actually mentioned all 3 guys, and the Bible do, right? The guys that play like they with you, but they not. Then it's another group because the Bible mention of it in Revelations chapter 9, 2 verse 9, where it says that I know them that say they are Jews, but are not, but they are the synagogues of Satan. See, right? It's a couple other parts that allude to that part, right? And then you got that's a turner, And then you got the warrior type demon. Now these demons are the ones that's on your job everywhere, and they always giving you trying to give you a hard time, indirectly or directly. They're constantly attacking you. They're constantly coming out there you. And look, it's usually somebody sending them, right? So it might be another higher boss sending that guy to always be, just go mess with him, check him, make sure he's doing something, make sure he's doing this right. Always checking with you every day, trying to mess with you about something on your job. That's a warrior demon. If you got, especially if you ain't in no live action and somebody jacking with you all the time, every time, that's a warrior. Now the highest levels of demons, and these were the demon in this three categories, and these are the demons that was in the court with Doc when after they tortured him and they was making him testify, talking about he took a plea deal, right? They are called the oppressors. The oppressor is the highest demon on the land. They really don't come out to you directly. They send the warrior. They send the turners. If an oppressor come down at you, you really got you really got high up, or you really a person that Lucifer won't take it down, or by any means, all costs. And that's pretty much what they did to Dr. Malachi Z York. They broke every law they can find in the book. They was looking up laws to break on Malachi. They say, what law we ain't broke against Malachi? They had to go look up a book, look in the book, say, oh, we ain't broke that law? All right, let's find a way to break it against them. Just cause. That's who we dealing with, man. They had to go look up laws to break on Malachi, man. I'm telling you, that's what type of we're dealing with, some real high level gens like you never seen. And man, I'm pretty sure, like, if somebody was like the people that was in that court, if they had the spirit like me, they probably couldn't sit in there because the many demons up in there like that. That was a high level, energy, man. They needed a lot. I'm gonna tell you like this. It's like this, man. They needed a lot of beings to hold Mikael down. You wouldn't just gonna have 2 or 3 demons. They had to have their best guys in there. You look, it's like this. The captain, the number 1 guy. You thinking that man, the devil himself was in that court case. The devil himself. You hear me? The devil himself was sitting in there while they was rolling Malachi through the kangaroo court. Believe it, man. I'm talking about, you ain't got to believe it. It's just any alchemist that know, go back and watch the videos. You will see him in there. You will see him in there. He's standing up, and he got a certain look on his face, and he's standing up looking at Malachi. I'm telling you, man. And Malachi's so out of it, and the devil's still angry. The devil not even, usually sometimes you see the devil's laughing about it. This devil was still mad about, like, he hated. That's me. I hate you. 100. Look, you 60 years old. I'm gonna give you 135 years. I hate you. And I understand this. Jeff Ford is set up the same way with the in jail in Florence, Colorado, by the governor. Larry Hoover, who they pardon now, is set up just like COINTELPRO operations. All these guys on the list. COINTELPRO operations ain't never stopped. Don't let them lie to you. Don't let the Google, all this shit, lie to you about COINTEL. COINTEL loans the Federal Reserve. Listen to this. Long as the Federal Reserve is still in business, the COINTELPRO still in business. That's who protect. That's the agency. The Federal Reserve is the Feds. So long as the Federal Reserve is in business, right? The killer clowns are still in business. The killer clowns is the Feds, for you people that's new. So how do we get Malachi Z York out on the alchemical tip? We gotta pump it like it ain't never before. We gotta let everybody know that it's a man that been in jail 23 years and he's innocent. And and the government set him up in the most treacherous way that it'll make you throw up if you see how they did Malachi in court. In the most treacherous way you can even think of. And I mean, I put emphasis on the word treacherous. And on that word, we better get up out of here, man, because we didn't want to be up and hold you long. Because we probably gonna come back. What I'm gonna do now is since I got the AI do the hour-long tape, I got the other 2 tapes. I'm gonna actually go back and sit down and break down all the stuff that I already got. Like all the recantment statements and all that, and I'm gonna do a whole tape myself, breaking down the whole thing piece by piece, step by step, right? So it'll probably take me like a week or 2 to get that together because I want it to be laced, and I'm probably gonna pre-record it and drop it. But yeah, but tune into the Malachi the keys to get Malachi out tomorrow, man. It's like it's got some good information on that for the people if you're working on Doc's case. And for the people that don't know who Doc York is, how he was set up, it pretty much AI breaks down. You pretty much go, man, feel sorry for Jacob York in a way too. When you hear how the AI broke down on how Jacob York built up to what he did. So that's why I say Jacob York is a victim of, you a victim of COINTELPRO too, Jacob. So this, you can make that clean. You can make that right. I mean, Doc did 23 years. That's hard. I mean, it gonna be hard, but you can make something right by coming clean right now and just saying, you know what, man, this is what happened. Boom. Because your mother really ain't rested in peace because of this. I'm telling you, your mother's still in a bad place because of how you sent her out. You sent her out in a hate. I'm gonna pay him back. I'm gonna revenge your death. Like the way you did it, you messed up the alchemy. You messed up the alchemy the way things go. So you can flip that alchemy by coming clean and telling the FBI can't really do nothing to you for coming clean because you're a victim just as well. They're criminals. The FBI, these CIA is criminals. All these guys are criminals. And so Jacob York, you just as much as a victim as everybody else in this case, as Noels, all of y'all are victims. Our whole family has been victimized by these guys. So at this point, you can just say what it is. And he pretty much already said it. We already got him on tape saying everything that he did in the Free Malachi Z York playlist, in the shorts. We got him what he said. He set up the trip from Florida. He helped people the people that he coerced to do the stories. He helped them get apartments and helped them get jobs and helped them get cars and etc. Pretty much bribe to do whatever they was doing. So he already pretty much said everything. He already said he already expressed how he felt about Malachi. So we pretty much already got everything, Jacob. It's like at this point, I mean, man, come on now. The man's 80 years old in a wheelchair. And it's like, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, Trump. I gotta watch it, man. Hey, this is what I'm saying, Trump. Malachi is 80 years old. He's in a wheelchair. You can do the statistics. Somebody that's 65 years old, when they get out of jail, they're not going to be doing no. How is Dr. Malachi Z York going to even be a threat to society at this point? He's not even and I'm pretty sure Doc don't really want to probably teach like that. Like he probably do, he like to talk because that's who Doc like to talk. But Doc, he ain't gonna really be a threat to what y'all got going no more like that. It's like at this point, unless they're afraid of the Chief Black Eagle Thunderbird thing. But here's the key thing. other people like when you got Doc, Doc ain't the only one that stepped up and then did that, man. It's a whole bunch of people that claimed it. And y'all ain't gonna be able to stop the number of people that's finna, the wave of people that's finna be able to claim they indigenous. Y'all ain't gonna be able to stop that many people. See, when you thought you stopped Malachi, all you did is raise 10,000 more people that finna do the same thing. And now what you gonna do? It's gonna be Georgia, Texas, all of these. It's gonna be 10 states now that's gonna get took. Their whole land get taken. Really, one person already did it. And Malachi talk about this lady and that he was kin to this lady. Her name is Empress Verdici from the Washita Nation. She already took all the land already from him. The Louisiana Purchase. And what they did is to keep her quiet, they gave her Monroe, Louisiana. And they gave her a little side piece of Monroe and then made it her own town. And then made her the mayor of the town for a long time till she stepped down. And then the FBI, when she was going to file charges against U.S. courts, the FBI raided her house, stole all her money. And then when she went to go get it back, they said that, oh, well, we don't know nothing about it. Why? Because since 1933, the American people been the enemy. And we've been at war with the government since 1933. That's why they drop bombs and mace you, whatever they want. Right? And the old boy said, the old boy that claimed the flag, Russell J. Hyphen, said that, hey man, he called down to the White House and said, hey man, I got the flag. So what y'all want to do? They said, let's go to war. So how one man gonna go against some tyrants who took over the military and everything, who hijacked the military? How he gonna beat that? They can call some guys with tanks over there, blow him off the map, blow him out to outer space, and he don't got nothing. But he got the flag though, in spirit and truth. That's it. And so all that, so I'm starting to realize that paperwork, treaties, all that don't mean nothing. What means something is this gun. Whoever got the bullets, whoever got bullets and fire, the Fire Nation. That's what it means something. Yeah, look, treaties and contracts, all that is crap. It don't mean crap when you got a gun to somebody's head. Like I remember, shout out my SEALs. I remember a guy telling a story, right? My SEALs, man. I remember some guy telling a story. He said, yeah, man, all that stuff they said in the meeting, that stuff be sounding good. But all that shit go out the window once a bullet fly by your head. All that stuff that they said go out the window once a bullet start flying by your head. You be thinking of how you gonna survive to make it back. Ain't none of that stuff they talking. So it's like that part, right? All that paperwork don't mean crap to them. Doc's got sovereignty. He's a Namaste Native American Chief Black Eagle Thunderbird on record, on file since 1993. Right? So that paperwork don't mean jack squat to them. They do whatever they want. They pirates. They take you to kangaroo court. This is what they are. They pirates, man. Pirateers. And all they looking into is getting some booty. Yeah, that's right. You know, booty in the pirate world is gold and loot. You know, loot is the Federal Reserve notes that they gave you. You know, you really a debtor, so they gave you these fiats, and so they would take that from you, and then say you paid something with that. You know what I'm saying? This is the game. That's what a RICO is all about. Yeah, that's why they RICO Doc. See, it really was about taking this money and taking the Yamasse's Native American, taking their land, and pretty much the whole thing was about dissolving the Yamasse's, because that type of movement cannot go alone, because it's a threat to national security for Nubians to know that they were Native Americans. They started claiming they Native American hair. That's a threat to national security. Yeah, you knowing that you're not black, Negro, and colored no more, and knowing who you really are is a threat to national security. That's right. That's why they took out Noble Drew Ali. That's why they got Jeff Fort. That's why they got Malcolm X. That's why they got Martin Luther King. See, Martin Luther King was going to come out from the slip up. He slipped up and said a little bit. Bang. Malcolm X got all the way into almost filing charges against United States court. Bang. Malachi Z York got the land back, pretty much had the nail in their coffin. Boom, let's lock him up. Give him 135 years. We really mad at this guy. Larry Hoover's gonna have his own military. Militarized. They don't like black militant groups. And Larry Hoover had power because he could do like this, and everybody would turn that way. 2,000, 24,000 people. Yeah, they ain't like that. They ain't like that about Malcolm. Same thing with Tookie. He's a black militant group, the Crips. The Crips. Black militant group, the Crips. Boom. Let's get rid of them. Lock them up. Give him 100 years. Raymond Washington, same thing. Same thing with and Fred P. Hampton. They didn't smoke, didn't drink. Jeff Fort didn't smoke, didn't drink. And they got control of black militant groups. Threat to national security. This is what we're dealing with, man. So they don't like you becoming militant, and they don't want you to be getting your birthrights back. Them two things there is a threat to national security. And they you notice they compartmentalizing my plays on here, and the stuff that talk about birthrights and all that, they shadow banned it. Don't let me give it 1,000 plays. I got 70-some thousand people, but I don't give it 1,000 plays. The law classes give them 500 plays on each tape. Shadow ban. You don't even see it. You don't get no notifications or nothing. But it's like this. Everybody really already know now. The people that only people that don't know is the people that don't want to know at this time. Only people, let me say it again. Everybody know now. The only people that don't want to know, only people that don't know is the people that don't want to know. So it's certain things, if you're going out teaching at this point, you working for the colonizers. Either knowingly or unknowingly. But ignorance is no excuse to the great law. Ignorance is no excuse to the great law, man. I'm telling you. At this point. And on that note, man, we love all. Hey, shout out my baby kids, man. Better get up out of here, man. Y'all, TV, man. Hey, y'all, if you're new to the channel, we got 8 books for $45 donation to the Cash App. All you gotta do is leave your emails in the links, and I'll send you all my 8 books by PDF form. It'll take you probably like a year to read all of them because 5 of them is thick, right? So I'm gonna drop the Cash App in the links for people that want to get in on that, right? And like I say, we gonna win this war. Like the evil alchemist. Hey, shout out Rod, man. Hey, like the evil alchemist said. They said that the evil alchemist said they'll win. The only way evil will win if good do nothing. Well, I got a message for them. Good finna start doing what good can do. Because like Mark Brady used to say, he said, we the can family. You know, African, Puerto Rican, Mexican, right? And they've been kicking the can for quite some time now. Right? They've been kicking the can for quite some time now. But it's time to it's time for the can to get up and show them what the can do. See, we ain't the can't family. We the can family. You know, African, Puerto Rican, Mexican, American, Jamaican. So we can. Yeah, right? We the ones that make the body right. We out. One love. Free Dr. Malachi Z York, man. We'll be back. Peace.